I can still picture her smiling brightly as she entered the main door that morning, seemingly having just returned from a long weekend at a tranquil retreat or a spa day. The light caught her perfectly as she threw her bag onto the entryway table, her laughter reverberating throughout the house, and I stood there with coffee in hand, pretending to browse through my phone as my heart sank to the pit of my stomach. "Morning, sweetie," she chirped and planted a quick kiss on my cheek, her lips lingering soft but telling as though she were following a routine and not kissing the man she vowed to love forever. I replied, forcing a smile, but every fiber in my body tense. I wanted to confront her right then and there, to scream and demand answers, but I didn't yet. I needed her to see it, needed her to realize what she had done, and knew there was no turning back. "My name is Evan, and I've been married to Maria for 7 years, and on the outside, we were picture perfect. The pride of our parents, the envy of our friends, the girl everyone admired, the one I couldn't believe said yes when I proposed, and we built a life together, a home, traveled, laughed, and dreamed about the future like any other couple. However, suspicion has a way of eating at you like termites through wood. It chews and gnaws until you can't ignore the hollow feeling in your gut, so I did what any husband in my position might do. I looked for proof that I wasn't proud of it. No one ever is, but desperation forces you to dig deeper, and I did just that. It didn't take long for me to find his name, a young, unmarried man from her office, a late-night text left on Red's inbox. He was the kind of predator who preys on married women when they're bored, vulnerable, or simply unhappy with their home life. I follow the trail like breadcrumbs. The night before, I had placed a small, covered camera in the living room. It wasn't even about catching her in the act anymore. I had all the evidence I needed, and I wanted her to see it, to confront the ugly truth she had been carefully wrapping in lies. I transferred the footage to my laptop, made minor edits, and when she left for her girls' night out, I connected the laptop to our TV and the TV she turned on every morning for background noise. This was the last piece of undeniable proof, the security footage. When she arrived home that morning, I could tell by the way she smiled that it wasn't for me. She was still thinking about him and them. The irony was so scathing that it almost cut me. My fingers twitched as I tightened my hold on my coffee cup, but I said nothing because I wanted her to calm down and let her guard down so she would think she got away with it. "You're up early," she said, kicking off her heels and throwing her jacket over the chair because she couldn't sleep. I said casually, even though my heart was racing in my chest, babe, I'm sorry." She then gave me that saccharine smile again, the one I used to fall for, but today it made me sick. She went over to the couch, grabbed the remote, and turned on the TV. I held my breath while the screen flickered. She was first unaware that she was partially distracted by her phone while she was lounging on the sofa, but when a quiet giggle started to play, she froze, dropping her phone onto her lap as her eyes darted to the TV and what she murmured showed on the screen. Maria was sitting at a dimly lit bar with Mark, her hand on his arm, and her smile was brighter than it had been in months. The video kept cutting together from the camera, and she didn't notice them stumbling into the living room, kissing, undressing, and turning to face me. "Evan, what is this you tell me?" I said, calm, terrifyingly calm, and she leapt off the couch, trying to grab the remote, but I stopped her. "No, Maria," my voice was sharp. "You wanted to smile your way through this, then watch what you did to our marriage," she said, tears welling in her eyes. "I can explain," but I laughed bitterly. "You think there's an explanation for this?" I gestured to the screen. "For bringing him here into our home, the one we built together." She opened her mouth but no words came out. I had never seen her speechless before, but there she was, trembling like a leaf in a hurricane. "Evan, please," she choked out, tears streaming down her face. "Please." "What?" I demanded. My voice cracked, the anger, the pain, it all came rushing out at once. "Please forgive you. Pretend like this never happened." I shook my head, laughing bitterly. "Oh no, Maria, you don't get to walk away clean." I didn't shout, I didn't break things, I didn't do what she probably expected. Instead, I handed her a neatly folded manila envelope, something I'd prepared days ago. "What is this?" she whispered, clutching it with shaking hands. "And it's everything you're walking away with," I said coolly. "Inside were the divorce papers already signed by me. My lawyer had made sure of everything, the house, the savings, even her car, all under my name thanks to a very clear prenuptial agreement. She was entitled to almost nothing." No, she stammered, flipping through the pages, her voice breaking. "Evan, you can't do this, you can't." "Oh, but I can," I said, stepping closer. "And I will. You see, Maria, actions have consequences. You made a choice. You chose him over me, over us." She collapsed onto the couch, sobbing into her hands. I didn't feel sorry for her, not anymore. That ship had sailed the moment she walked through the door, smiling like she hadn't destroyed the life we built. I moved out that afternoon. I'd packed my things the night before, leaving her nothing but empty hangers and the memories of a life she threw away as I left. I looked back one last time. She was still on the couch clutching the divorce papers, her face pale and streaked with tears. I could have said more, I could have yelled, cursed her name or wished her the worst, but I didn't. Instead I left her with one final sentence: you don't deserve me. The divorce between you and Maria never happened. She tried to fight, of course, pleading with me and sending lengthy, tearful messages about how sorry she was, how it was a mistake, how she loved me, and how she wanted to make things right. I didn't reply, and eventually she moved in with Mark, at least that's what I heard. Their relationship didn't last, as it rarely does when it's based on deceit and lies. I, on the other hand, moved on and found true peace in a life free of her deceit. When people frequently ask me whether I regret anything, I tell them that I don't, because I knew I had already won when her face became pale and her falsehoods fell apart around her, and there's nothing more fulfilling than that.